The other question we got from Vegas Chiefs Kingdom is regarding guys punishing stuff. So when do you think the NFL will finally make a decision on any punishment for Rice? It seems like it's taking longer than expected. 100%. That's the thing that keeps coming back to me. Is like, oh, we think about our offense. Oh, Rice looked great during mandatory minicamp, but we might not have in week 1. So it's like, we might not actually see this offense till like week 10 potentially. I don't know.
Man. You always want this to happen before the season. That way you just kind of know. So, and it seems like you just have a speedy trial, right? I mean, it's the law, to have a speedy trial. I would think get it over with as soon as possible. If they have somebody pushing it back, let's just say they want to push it back till the season is over, then sure. If they're able to do that, I don't know if they'll be able to do that or not, Marcus. I haven't heard anything as far as like when that's going to be. All those legal things down there, man, that's prosecution, DAs and your attorneys talking, and it's going to be on them as far as the thing. I know myself, I would rather go ahead and let's go. Let's deal with the punishment right now so I can just move on with my life as opposed to this thing hanging over my head. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? So I don't know how everybody else feels about that. What do you think? Do you think, would you rather have a speedy trial to get this thing over with, deal with your punishment, and then come about like how this works? Do you want to get it done before the season, maybe have the 6 to 8 games and see, or do you want to wait till after the season?
I think it's what we talked about months ago, is the Chiefs just getting ahead of it and just suspending him for the first half of the season. So when this court case does happen, whenever that does happen, it's like, okay, we already got ahead of it. We suspended him, and obviously, Clark Hunt and the guys can go talk to the league office and work something out. It's like, hey, we're going to suspend him now. We want to kind of guarantee from you guys that whatever is handed down, he's got punished already for the crime. So that's my thing. So I would say, to suspend him right away, get it over with, so it's not looming over us, that we know what we're dealing with. And we can also game plan training camp who's going to be our week 1 or first half of the season guys. That's
Absolutely.
I think it'll take reps away from guys.
Yeah. Man. See, I was trying to think of like let me go to our schedule real quick. Just check out the strength of the schedule in itself. Like, I'm trying to see if it's harder early on or later on. So let me see. Week 1, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Atlanta, Chargers, New Orleans, San Fran. So the first half of the season is rough. It's a rough first half of the season. So I would say it's easier second half of the season. Ooh. Man. But here's the thing, though. Look, as talented as Rashee Rice is, and people can disagree with me all they want to, we have Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, we have Travis Kelce, Jared Rowley, Noah Gray, Irv Smith. We have weapons that we could throw the ball to. Isaiah Pacheco. Okay? We have, LRZ. If you're an LRZ fan, where's Newt at? Newt ain't out here tonight? Newt usually shows up every once in a while talking about. So
he didn't see LRZ in our thumbnail for the episode, so he didn't come on.
Okay. All right. It's okay. We'll catch Newt on a different time. But even if we get something from, Kadarius Toney, Remigio, Sky Moore, Ross, whoever these guys get to shake out, we got enough weapons to make things happen. So I don't think the cupboard's not bare if we lose Rashee Rice. Okay, we understand because of his talent, what he was able to do last year. Just adding on, we're just going to level up with everything, right? We understand that. It's just where it's going to be. But if we don't have him, can these guys sustain without him? I think they can. I really do. Because a lot of it's going to depend on our defense, just stopping them. We know offensively, we got the best quarterback in football, the best tight end in football. 2 of the top wide receivers, one of the best coming out in the draft. Hollywood Brown stretches the field. We understand we got weapons. McCole Hardman. I forgot we brought McCole Hardman back. So we still the fastest wide receiver group in the league. Still the fastest wide receiver group. And I'll take our guys, I'm telling you, I'll take our guys and put them up with anybody, okay? Seriously. As far as unit and group-wise, give them to me. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Now I can rock with these guys all the way until Rashee Rice comes back. If that was the case, right? I'm just saying if the scenario was they did something now and Rashee missed the first half of the season, okay? That's, obviously hypotheticals. If that was the case, we could still sustain. We could still sustain. So that's the reason I say that. Everybody else could, like I said, disagreement, and that's fine. So, but I think our offense, man, is okay. I think we're okay.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Just I'm curious to see what happens, though. I mean, I just, at least an update more so than anything else, like something from like Goodell in the league office or something on even the case. I haven't heard anything on the case, and I haven't heard anything from the NFL, and that's where it's like this kind of silence. It's good. It's good we have silence on this whole thing for once, but also I kind of want this thing to just kind of be wrapped up and closed up one way or the other, just so we know what we're dealing with.
Right. Look, okay. I see some people laughing at. Okay, we'll be fine either way. Okay, Zulu, you're laughing because I said Tony. Charles Jarvis said Tony. Look, man, listen. Okay, I try to be a fair guy. All right, I get the whole doubting him and if he's going to stay healthy and maybe not getting anything out of him. But if Andy and those guys are still riding with him, they definitely know better than me or you to keep him or not. Okay, I'm gonna trust those guys. All right, and they decide to keep Tony and Sky Moore, is a reason. They know what they have in that room. So that's the reason I'm not gonna. We know Tony has ability. We know we know that. Last year, not so well. Okay, he had a bad year. He had some drops. He got hurt in the first of the season. Okay, during training camp, we had to bring him back early. I think that affected him a little bit. The little drops, and of course, him, being offsides and whatnot. Just it was like a snowball effect. Snowball effect. There you go, Zula. It's still early, brother. It's still early. It is. It's still early. I'm hoping that he comes out, man, on fire. Let me put it that way. All right. I hope he challenges himself to be that guy. Right. And I hope Embry's holding him to that. I hope Nagy's holding him to that. And I guarantee Andy's holding him to it. Okay. I seen the little, they had the images of him and Sky Moore holding up the rings and whatnot. It was like, somebody said about, I was like, look, man, these guys are part of the team. They are. They're Chiefs. I get it. People may not like them, but shoot, they are. So we gotta love them. That's why I look at it. Okay, I'm not going to root against our guys we have. We just push for them. Okay, and I get it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Everybody don't want it, and you still like, hey, I get it. I get it. I do. JD gets that. So I'm just going to say that hopefully we get something more out of them, right? Like we get on Marcus, we'll sit there and say, like we're talking about the D-lines. Like we want more out of the guys other than Chris Jones, right? At the D-tackle position, right? These guys got it. We want more. We just want to see more. And I think they will get it. These guys work well together. So I think they're going to be all right. I'm not going to doubt these guys. So.
Yeah, I mean, Sky and Tony do take they take a beating from the fans. It's the picture you're talking about. Let's look at the comments of that. It's just so like, I mean, these guys, the way I'll see it, the way we get comments from certain people out there, these guys get it tenfold, and it's wild. I mean, I get it. It's gonna happen. We're content creators. We'll get it. We'll get backlash and stuff. But you guys, they're just playing, and they're not playing up to people's standards, so they get hate. And they had those guys were Super Bowl heroes in a way last year when we beat the Eagles. They caught easy touchdown grabs, as people say. Like people want to take away from them scoring touchdowns in the Super Bowl, saying anyone could have caught those balls. Okay, but no one could have taken that punt return that Kadarius Toney had. I mean, that's the longest punt return in NFL in Super Bowl history. So not anyone's doing that.
No.
So I mean, they haven't lived up to expectations. But again, same people who say that also say trust Andy. Like you said, JD, if Andy's keeping them on the roster, then obviously he sees something that you may not. And I trust Andy over, that's the thing. We have opinions on guys, but like at the end of the day, they're on our team, and and Andy wants them. That's it.
It's easy for me to be back here like, we don't want to. I want him out of here. He's gone. Like, dang God, that's the reason I'm not up there. That they see this guy all the time, and they measuring what they feel they can get out of him, as they do any player. And so, I tell you, it's going to be very interesting to see how this whole wide receiver room is going to end up being and shaking out. It really is. It really is. And so, I'm here for all of it, man. I really am.
That's the true test. At the end of the day, we can think what Andy thinks about them, what they've said about him. At the end of the day, it's a very deep wide receiver room. There's guys, Justin Ross, Remigi. There's guys. Everyone's talking so deep. It's like, okay, well, they're going to have to beat out someone for those spots. And if KT and Sky aren't up to the task, they're going to get cut. That's the end. At the end of the day, stuff's going to have to happen in training camp for that to happen.
Absolutely.
If they win, if they beat them out, then so be it.
It beats him out. That's how it works, man. Nobody's giving anything. Nobody's giving anything. You're going to have to go out there and earn it. You're going to have to take it. That's how it works in the NFL. And if these guys, Vegas Chief Kingdom, I know you said if they don't produce this year, they gone. They will be. They don't produce this year, you jokers will be gone. Like I said, it's almost the same thing we was talking about bugs. Is you kick yourself out. That's what happens. This is a business. It is a business. It's a hard business. Okay? And ain't no favoritism like, oh, okay, we like a guy, we just going to keep it. No, it don't work like that. We want a guy to produce. And believe me, everybody's skirting right on thin. I'm telling you, thin ice. Thin ice. But I think these guys are going to be able to do it. I do believe they'll be able to do it. I said I've been one of those that said it was going to take Sky Moore a little bit longer, okay, to be able to get it. I'm looking for him to have a good year this year. I am. Hopefully Kadarius Toney has one too. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Confidence will be back to the 30 points per game this season, King Mo. Yes, I do. I do believe that. I do believe it.
What's your confidence level on it? At a scale 1 through 10?
About 30. About a 6 or 7. Is that confident? Is that confident? I don't know. Is that
seven confident?
It's like, yeah.
7 to 10 is confident. 6,
right. I'm right on that, King Mo. About 7. About 30 points per game. I'll say that.
What's your hesitancy like to give it a 9?
Man, that 30 points per game, man, is tough. It's hard. But you look at it as a touchdown every quarter. You could do that. Buckner come in, kick a couple field goals. LRZ takes one to the house. We could do that. We can make it happen.
You gonna slip that in there?
I had to. Absolutely. I had to. Yeah, Marcus, he's gonna be the return guy. That's how it's gonna work, baby. Working like that. So DeMonte Green Beans. What's up, DeMonte Green Beans? I say 27-ish.
Yeah.
I like that. So yeah, that's so what I mean. At 30s, it's a tough one. That is a tough one. So I like it. Let me see who else we got saying. Tony gets paid regardless. So I'm hoping he'll ball out this year or you on your bike. True. No doubt about it. So I think you keep a guy like this because it ain't just about getting paid. He's trying to get respectability back. That's what it boils down to. And I've said this, that other teams are watching how you produce, how you act, and it's always a job interview. It always is. And so if he wants to, having a very extended career in the NFL, he's going to have to get it back on track. He's going to have to ball out. Because wide receivers are one of those that there's plenty of wide receivers out there that's trying to make the team, trying to make the squad. So it ain't like they got to go and look for a beg a guy to, be on the team. There's guys that are trying to knock doors down to get into the NFL. So this is a performance-based business, pure and simple. So either you have the leadership that's going to hold the team together, okay, the work ethic that people see, okay, that they respect, they want to get you out there on the field, the production that's going to make you hard to get rid of because of it, all right, and you got to be a good guy. Like you got to have all this whole part of who you are for teams to sign on to you, okay? we could talk about a guy I seen on the pivot. I seen the AB uh, on there. I was like, I watched a little bit of it. He's been on something else. Antonio Brown, but as talented of a guy he is, when I watch him walk in the room, I'm saying this dude right here can still catch 80 balls, easy, easy. But everybody ain't looking to put up with that though. And the teams are like, nah, we good without it. We good without it. So uh, that's sometimes teams you got to measure that though, Marcus. You got to measure it, right? So
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'm just laughing at the shoes he had on when he was in there. You know,
I didn't watch the episode.
oh, you didn't watch it? Okay.
Mhm.
I'll catch the little clips, man. But he wears those big old shoes that him and Kanye always wear, them big old black boots or whatever. I guess it's like the stylish things.
Okay.
Oh, I guess.
Some of the stuff he wears, man.
Yeah. Styles. It's the styles. So
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.